Normally, when it comes to technology and comes to purchase, I've noticed that many GMs have a little bit of a ego problem where they think that they need to make the decisions. They don't want to look for help to make decisions. And I do believe that having consultants with the whole experience, they can see the full picture of the real puzzle that is hotel tech. Have you met any GMs that have that ego problem?
It's not ego, it's fear, in my opinion. We're working in an industry with the tightest of budgets. So therefore, you've got more of a fear of making a decision than actually an ego of making a decision. Because obviously, if you make the decision, if it's the right one, you're the hero. If you make the wrong decision, you are going to be the target by everyone, not just the owners and the management companies, including your own staff. So it's more of a fear than an ego. And I'm protecting general managers here. I'm going to be the good guy and bad guy on this possibly. I don't know. I've got many friends of GM, so I'm going to go by the good guy today. And I think that even in my days when I was in operations was the fact that we always are very fearful and very due diligent. What's the impact? It's not just a budget element. Is it the right technology, or is it the one that is going to be adopted? Because the last thing you want is you buy a technology nowadays, you pay a yearly subscription. Is it going to be used at the end of the year? Has it driven the results, objectives, ROI that you want it to? We work in an industry that gets, how can we say, scanned, filtered to the bottom line. Forget about any ROI. It's always, what's the bottom line? What am I going to make out of it? What am I going to save? 20 years ago was, how many staff can I get rid of? Can I save that? Nowadays is, can I help the staff that I don't have? How can I deliver that service? So this conversation has changed straight away. The landscape keeps on changing. The guest has changed. Post-pandemic, the employee has changed of our industry. So those general managers are in fear of pleasing everyone. It's a bit like choosing a menu for a banquet. You're never going to please everyone, are you? But you're going to hope that at least 75 to 90%, that's a really good ratio that everyone will like your food. And then, of course, you've got one of them sitting at a table like me who's 100% plant-based. But no, we have a vegan. And that kind of throws the ball out of the equation straight away. So I think they're more in fear than anything else, the general managers, or the decision-making process. And we have to look at the pressures they're under. An owner, from an independent point of view, a management company, from a franchise, or a brand. All the guidelines they have to follow. And let's be honest, you and I come from similar backgrounds, Brazilian, Portuguese on the call here. It's always about what your neighbor has, right? If it has a 20-meter swimming pool, I'm having 25. You have a BMW, I have a Mercedes. Hotel industry could not be more the same. And I think the copycat syndrome of our industry needs to stop. Personally speaking, the hotels where you work, Mauricio, are different than the hotels where I worked. So why should we buy the same software? Maybe it will work, but how about take the due diligence research, bring in someone here, a consultant, or even do it internally yourself to know that. So then that fear element then gets taken away and you make the right decision, personally speaking.